Yo guys, welcome back by a new video. Driver career today in Austria. First we're gonna do some upgrades before we going into the weekend. And first we are doing a upgrade on the aerodynamics, and our research points are we don't have enough for now, but we can get 2 upgrades to Austria, and the first on the chassis is good, but now we get an activity, and our moral on the chassis is minus 10%. And the upgrade on the halo is also good, and it also come to our car. We're doing an upgrade on the powertrain, and I think that is it. And we're heading into qualifying, because it's of course for me the first one. It's a sprint weekend. So we have done 1 practice session, and now we're heading into quali. Rain, but it is gonna dry up. I don't know if it is in this session or in Q2 or Q3, but I think in qualifying we can drive on slicks, and here in turn 3 a bit wide, not a great lap, well, for now not the best, but we just need to get ourselves into the top 15 to go into Q2. But of course, I think later in the session we need to go out again, because it is gonna dry up. But if it's already slicks, I don't know. We shall see. And we're almost done with the first flying lap. 1 quarter remaining. Turn 10, and we're crossing the line for now the fastest time, and we're doing another lap, another time again, 5/10 quicker, and only 10 seconds on the clock, and it is drying up. But we're now in P2 and 3, 2, 1, and we're too late to get to the line for flying lap, and because it's dry and everyone can set a lap on slicks, we're out and we're P20. But yeah, Bottas is true, good for him, but we're 20th, so that isn't great. But of course now training is over and we head into the sprint.
Well, the weather is not looking good today. We're expecting the downpours to continue into today's sprint, and this will make for some very tricky conditions for all the teams. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's sprint. An immense lap from Carlos Sainz yesterday puts him in pole position, and it's Charles Leclerc in P2. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Verstappen, Hamilton, Perez, Russell, Norris, Fernando Alonso, Gasly, Bottas, Albon, Stroll, Oscar Piastri, Tsunoda, Hulkenberg, Magnussen, De Vries, Sargent, Ocon, and Watson. And with preparations almost complete, let's head trackside for today's sprint.
Now, of course, lost in the grid, but as you can see now, it's still raining on this Saturday, and everyone is on the full wet, and I chose for the Inters because it is gonna dry up. That is what they say. And I think on the Inters we can do a good job this sprint and get ourselves up to on the grid for the race on Sunday. Of course, it's the old format with the sprint race, and we're now waiting for the lights to go out. 5 red lights, and it's lights out, and away we go. We don't have the best start that you can have, but we are on the inside and we're braking and we're up to P15 for now, maybe P17. 3 wide with Stroll and Vries, and we're having the best pace for now on there, and we're diving down the inside of a lot of cars, and if we pass Hulkenberg, we're already up to P12 and only 1 lap of the 8th. Of course, last week in Canada, amazing result, of course, and we want to build on that, and we want to get ourselves up again and to score good points. I don't know if the podium is possible this weekend, but we need to see where we can finish. But first, we need to get up the grid on this sprint race, and you can say if you are P20 you can take penalties because it doesn't matter, but of course it's a sprint weekend, so you can get yourself up on the grid in the sprint race. So we didn't take any penalties, and we're going to turn 3 and lap 2, and we almost outbrake ourselves, but because of that we're on the inside of Albon there in turn 3 and we're passed. And now we're going to lap 4 with Alonso ahead, and almost the same happened. We braking later than the AI, and we're braking on time to make the corner, but because the AI is there we can't go there. Of course we can't just drive into the back of them. And then with Gasly, not the same happened, because that was too far back and we're a bit wide. We're getting a track limit, and for now we're ahead of Alonso, but it was hard to defend, of course, on that straight. But now we're passing Gasly, and because Bottas and Norris are wide, we are just drove into the back of Norris, and we broke half of our front wing, but we're up to P6, but with only half of front wing left, I don't know if we can do this normally. So but we have the tire advantage, I think, on the Inters versus the wets where they drive on. So maybe we don't have a front wing, they don't have the good tires, so maybe it's a bit similar pace because we aren't losing that much. And I think Austria isn't a circuit that you need your front wing, otherwise you can drive it because you have very long straights, of course. And 3 DRS zones, not in the rain this time, but in lap 8 Carlos Sainz has won the race, but we came home for P6. So from P20 to P6, good effort for this race, for the sprint race, of course. And we're gonna start a minimum of P6. Maybe there are penalties.
Let's see how the driver's standings have changed.
Bottas P9, no points for him, but I think we both can get points in the real race. So let's head into the Sunday after we watch the standings where we're 11th. So we're closing the gap also to Bottas, but we have to see.
Welcome from the beautiful Styrian Mountains for another chapter in the story of the Austrian Grand Prix. The Spielberg circuit then is situated 700 metres above sea level, with just 10 corners making up one of the shortest laps of the season. One time around here is a distance of around 2.6 miles, with the best overtaking chances into turn 1 or the tight uphill of turn 3. It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. A fantastic effort from Charles Leclerc yesterday, and it's put him on pole. And Lewis Hamilton completes the front row. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Russell, Watson, Sainz, Norris, Bottas, Fernando Alonso, Albon, Oscar Piastri, Verstappen, Gasly, Tsunoda, Perez, Stroll, De Vries, Magnussen, Ocon, Hulkenberg, and Logan Sargent. Now it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track.
Yes, they are penalties. So we're not on P6. We're up to P4. A bit glitchy there with the AI, with Leclerc, Hamilton and Russell inside each other. But we're in P4, warming up our tires, and maybe we can get a podium, but we need to see what we can do. It is gonna be hard, and I don't think we have the pace that we had in Canada, of course. And we're setting ourselves up to the grid.
Nice
0.4. And we have to wait for the lights first to go on. But before that is going to happen, everyone has to be on the grid. And now we're waiting for the lights to get out. 5 red lights on. And it's lights out, and away we go for the race. Yesterday's sprint race we have a good start, and today we also have a good start. But there a bit contact with Hamilton because he drove over the curb and he just went into my car a bit. We didn't leave that much space, but if I leave space for Hamilton, he also went over the curb. So that wasn't good from Hamilton, because if there was space, I don't think he grabbed that space to be there. But no damage for us, and that's important. And we're starting on the mediums, and everyone around us is on soft. I think they are doing soft, medium, or soft hard. We're doing medium soft, of course. That's my strategy, what I almost every time what I'm doing, because for me it's working good. First you have to defend on your harder tires. From now Lando Norris, who wants to attack us into turn 9, and he's passed for now. And Alonso also was looking down the inside, but he can't overtake me now. But of course there are a lot of DRS zones, so I think we can get the chance to get ahead again of Norris. DRS open, a bit of DRS we use, but we want to stay behind for now, because we want to have this DRS, so we can overtake him without Norris overtaking us on this straight. And we're going on the inside, we're looking, but for now he's still ahead. So I don't hope that he is driving away now on his softer compound of tires. But we have to see what we can do against him in his McLaren, what is almost similar, I think, to our Alfa Romeo. Almost going again into lap 5 already, so we're in 1/5 of the race. And if we're going to lap 7, still behind Lando Norris, my tactic was also a bit we're gonna look if Norris can close the gap maybe to Hamilton and Leclerc, but that didn't really happen because of Norris, but because Hamilton and Leclerc are fighting really hard with each other. So we've gained some time. Now we're passing Norris in lap 7,
Good job.
going
Nice
into
overtake.
turn 4. And maybe now on our mediums, what maybe are the better tires now, because the softs are gonna be slower, of course, than my mediums at the end of the first stint. So maybe we can gain some time on Hamilton and Leclerc, but we have to see what is gonna happen. And of course, I think the soft runners are boxing, not now, but in a few laps I think they are gonna box. And again we see ahead, we see Charles Leclerc and Lewis Hamilton side by side into turn 1, and now we closed up. No DRS because I was too far back before turn 1. We're looking if we can make a move on the inside, but we're being patient. And now we have DRS, and now we maybe can overtake Leclerc or Hamilton, maybe both. We have to see what we can do before they are going into the pits. And of course we have to watch out for our front wing when they get into the pits. I don't think that we can win this race if we look on the minimap where George Russell is. I think he's gonna win this race. So it's good team play from Hamilton there to defend from Leclerc. And we're going into lap 10 already. Still in DRS, and maybe Leclerc and Hamilton are gonna fight again into turn 3 or into turn 4. Because of course Hamilton doesn't have DRS, Leclerc has DRS. And essentially in lap 11 they are fighting so hard that we have a good exit and we're side by side with Lewis Hamilton. But the next corner is to the left, is turning left, and he was on the inside, so we can't overtake Hamilton now, but Leclerc is past Hamilton, and we have to see. And on the line what they are driving, you see that they are gonna box, and we're moving up to second place for now. And I don't know, they are going to get the undercut, but I already knew that. Lap later, George Russell also is into the pits, and we have to see where Russell is getting out and where Hamilton and Leclerc are. In lap 14, I think we're gonna box now, and Leclerc and Hamilton only 13 seconds behind. It's almost went wrong going into the pits, but no mistake, well, no damage or no contact with anything. Optimal stop. We need a good pit stop from the crew, of course. And we released and pit exit. Where are we going to be after this pit stop? And now in P6 with Sainz now ahead, so we're in P7. Bottas in P9, so he's in the points, so that's good for him, and of course for the team. And only this race and on next race in Silverstone, and then they are we have to watch if we can go maybe to another team or if we stay at Alfa Romeo. So we need to perform well if we want another team. Maybe we get a promotion to Ferrari, we don't know now, but we have to see. So it's good that we're past Sainz, but I don't know if we can get past to Leclerc or Hamilton. They are still fighting, but for now we have to get past first Norris and Alonso, and Norris are past and Alonso goes defensive. I think there was a bit of contact, but I'm not sure about it. and a purple sector 1 for us, but I think it's because the ERS and the DRS what we've used, and we're past now in P4, so that's great for now, and it's already good points with the fastest lap. Maybe we can get ourselves up to P3 maybe, going into lap 24 now already, still in P4, and 1.4 seconds ahead is Lewis Hamilton, and Charles Leclerc is 2 seconds ahead. But I don't think we can do this on our own pace. We need to see Lewis and Charles fight with each other. Otherwise we can get an opportunity, I think. And we've used our roll battery already, and we were already in single digits. So if we can get into the DRS, what we are now, from Hamilton inside that 1 second, it's still gonna be hard because we don't have any ERS left that we can use as an advantage on the straight. So I don't know if we can do this, but with 1 lap remaining, well, almost 1 lap remaining in this race, a bit wide there in turn 10, and we're going into the final lap of this race now, with Lewis Hamilton 7/10 ahead of us. But I don't think we can attack them unless they are going side by side into turn 3 and get a bad exit. Now they are side by side, but they gained a lot of time, so I think we don't get any DRS now on this straight. No, we don't have any DRS. So it's over, I think, for the fight for podium, but we're still in P4 with the fastest lap. I think if this race was 1 or 2 laps longer, maybe we could get a podium, but I'm still happy that I'm in P4. It's a downgrade from last race, but still no disappointed for me or inside the team, I think, because it's a great result for us. And again, we are scoring points, a lot of points, and we're finishing the race. George Russell has won the race already, but we are in P4 behind Charles Leclerc, and it's a 1-2 for Mercedes. Sergio Perez is driver of the day. Of course, we aren't, because we finished on where we started.
For another spectacular Grand Prix here in Austria, and a truly magnificent drive to hang on and take the win. Anthony Davidson, how do you think they were able to set themselves apart today?
I really feel the track layout combined with the track temperatures we saw today suited their car. These cars come alive when the tyres are just at the right temperature, and the driver did a great job managing that as well. They just look so comfortable out there. It's like anything, it always looks so easy when it all just clicks.
And I can see the drivers starting to approach the podium for the victory celebrations. A real team victory today. Everybody played their part. Congratulations then to Mercedes, your race winners.
Great result, 16 points this weekend, 3 in the sprint race, 13 in the futures race.
Is your driver of the day?
There's a few contenders, but George Russell
good result.
definitely stood out,
Bottas P8,
a
4
really
points
solid
for
drive
him
from him today, and one I'm sure
in
the fans
this race,
enjoyed.
in
Let's
this
move on to the
weekend
Ferrari
also.
take the lead at the top of the
It's
table.
not a good result for the Red Bulls. Perez P11, Step P7, not great, but maybe there's a championship, maybe there's a fight from the championship to other drivers than only Red Bull. And as we see, Charles Leclerc is leading the championship in front of Hamilton, Verstappen in third, and we're on 33 points, 9th in the standings. And in the constructors we're still P4, 78 points in the constructors with Alfa Romeo. And it was a good weekend, and I want to thank you for watching. Leave a like and subscribe if you like this video and if you want to see more. Next weekend, next race weekend, I have to say, we're in Silverstone, the home of the F1, and I see you guys in that video. Goodbye.